Jai Hind viewers, welcome back to the Global Strategic and Defense News. Today we are going to talk on a very important topic, and that is importance of higher education in one's career. And to discuss this, we have an eminent educator, Pooja Dhawan, who has done her MA and B.Ed, and she's the senior English faculty and the head of department of the Symbiosis International School in Pune. Pooja has over 22 years of teaching experience, and it will be our honor to discuss with Pooja all the questions which would be there in your mind. Welcome, Pooja, to the Achievers Articulate.
Thank you so much, Karan Sodhi, and it's an honor and a privilege to be here and to talk about education, which basically is the be-all and end-all of all our lives, I feel.
Thank you. Pooja, my first question is that please describe your inspirational and iconic life journey from being a school kid to now being an educator in one of the India's leading premier schools.
Uh, for me, childhood was basically my parents were research scientists, so we had a very academic kind of upbringing where we were always encouraged to read. All the pocket money that we had, we were only allowed to buy books and puzzles. So I think the induction happened at a very young age, and that is one point I feel is so crucial in the present day and age that parents need to imbibe this habit of reading in children, which is dying. So taking children to bookstores, letting them surf through books, letting them read is paramount to helping them read, because I feel that a house without books is like a room without windows. And books encourage us to learn so much about diverse countries, diverse cultures, diverse traditions. So for me, it was all about reading, and it's not only about theory per se that you pick up a textbook and read, because you learn more about world from reading other books than you would read about in theory books. So for me, it was there, did my primary education, my college, my higher education in Lucknow. And as I moved with my husband who was in the armed forces, so I kept studying. For me, it was not that because I'm married and we are changing cities every 2 years, I had to stop my education. Wherever I would get the chance, I would pick up my books, take on a course and do it. So that is how I did my education.
Well, that's really very fantastic and really very inspirational. And I'm sure that my viewers would have, imbibed a lot of the points that you said. Pooja, my next question is why doing higher education is important for one's career? I mean, what role does higher education play in furtherance of one's career?
So education, basic education, everybody gets. And if you see in the present day and age, there is so much cutthroatism when it comes to jobs. Jobs are few, applicants are many. So what is it that will give you an edge over the others? It's the higher education. It's the higher qualification. And again, higher qualification doesn't merely mean your run-of-the-mill kind of BA, MA, MBA like that, right? Higher education nowadays means getting extra skills, doing those professional development courses, which will give you an edge. So nowadays, if you children say, or the young graduates say that, there are no seats, it's not so. If you go online, there are sites like the Coursera, right? There are Upgrad, there are Udemy. So any line of education that you are in, you can upskill yourself sitting at your home, at your own pace and time, and you get these certificates and recognitions from universities which are recognized all around the world. So upskilling ourselves and ensuring that we reach to a point where we notch the job that we are aiming for is the be all, I feel. So that is why it is very important to keep upskilling ourselves and gaining those degrees.
Well, I totally agree with you that higher education plays a very important role because this is where the difference is made. Because the employer, when he sees the CV for the first time, I mean, he
Absolutely.
immediately shortlists that here is a person who's done a lot of education, and probably that is where he or she gets shortlisted very soon. Thank you very much for explaining so well. Pooja, my
Thank
next
you.
question is that, there's a disturbing trend we are seeing in India in the last few years where many students, many bright students, I would say, are going abroad for higher education. So why is this trend on the rise? And my connected question with this is, what do you feel should be done in India to make the higher education in our country world class?
All right. So I'm teaching in an international school. I've been teaching international curriculum for the past 13 to 14 years, and I can see this trend rising by the day. So it is obviously the brain drain psychology is there, that we want to go abroad, we want to learn at a better university, better opportunities. So why is their university better than ours? Or why are there more opportunities? I think it's because of the fact that they have more R&D. They have faculty which are much more renowned, who publish more papers. They have more collaboration with industries to help the children. Whatever course that they are doing, they can go and do internships. They can learn on the job. So it is a beautiful blend of academics and doing at the same time, wherein sometimes I feel in India it's merely theoretical. There is very less use of application. Even if you see our curriculum sometimes are very theoretical. We do not have questions which test the application capability of the children, which is definitely an edge over when it comes to the international curriculum. All the chapters, all the subjects, they do encourage the children to apply themselves. So that is why the children want to go abroad, because they know they will get those opportunities. And multiculturalism, children want to explore. They want to meet children from other nationalities. They want to learn. And a multiculturalism is a beautiful concept which is growing by the day. I think it's encouraging social integrity. It's encouraging children, youngsters to bond. And that's why the world has become such a small place now. So better opportunities, better infrastructure, better R&D, better faculty, and obviously better placements.
Well, totally true. And I would like to, put in one additional point to the points you have explained so well. Like you rightly said, the R&D plays a very important role, and sadly, India ranks among the lowest few countries in terms of spending of R&D in terms of GDP. So I think I totally agree with you. R&D is one of the places where we really need to step up, and then only the bright minds will stay here, and we'll not face this problem of brain drain. Very well explained.
Absolutely.
Pooja, my last question to you is that you have been such a successful educator. You have had a very inspirational career. What advice would you like to give to the young generation who are on the cusp of making a career for themselves?
My only advice to the youngsters nowadays, and that is what I tell my students also off and on, that be well read and well informed. When you step out into the world, nobody's going to ask you, what chapter did you read about so and so? But your knowledge of general affairs, your knowledge about current information, that is going to be paramount. So, and over and above that, your ability to engage with each other in communication. So soft skills are absolutely important. Developing communication skills. You might be getting A stars in all your subjects, but if you cannot communicate to the person who's sitting right across you while he's taking your interview, you've lost the battle there and then only. So communication is extremely important. Being well read and well informed is extremely important. And most of all, whatever you do, please do it with honesty and integrity. It's going to pay in the long run. That is what it is. Education is all about learning, and learning with sincerity and integrity. So for me, my only thing for the children and for the youngsters is, even if you do a little bit of course, if you do a small course or a short course, or you do a long course, do it honestly, do it sincerely, make sure it counts. Take 2 minutes, take 10 minutes, take 1 hour every day, but read the newspaper. Take that gadget away from your hand. Get the hard print in your hand, read, learn, educate, and communicate. That is what I want to say.
Very rightly brought out. And I totally agree with you that reading is the bedrock of anyone's successful career. In fact, any of the big personalities, if we read their biographies or autobiographies, they all have said one thing in common, that they read a lot. And I think you are right, very right. That makes the major difference in a person's pursuit of success in one's career. Thank you so much, Pooja. The answers were really fantastic, and I'm sure that the viewers would have learned a lot because the points you made were very pertinent, very practical. And I think any person, not only the younger generation, but anyone, even say the midlife or somewhere, if he follows your points, he'll definitely see a lot of success because you made very, very practical and pertinent points. To my viewers, thank you so much for watching the Global Strategic Defense News. I request you to like, follow, share, and comment because your comments are very valuable. And thank you, Pooja, so much once again for sparing your valuable time and coming on the Global Strategic and Defense News.
Thank you so much, Kansori, for giving me this opportunity to talk about education, and keep learning, never stop. Thank you so much.
Thank you.